Hello everyone, I am Jimmy Conrad, and I was all excited for the announcement of the Ballon d'Or today, until I heard that Dutch and Barcelona legend Johan Cruyff said this.
Yeah, personally, I'm not the least bit interested in the Ballon d'Or. It's a media circus. What are the criteria? The best? The best in a season? Everybody votes for their friends.
Thanks for killing my buzz, Johan, with your "it was much harder to win the award 3 times when I was playing" logic. I mean, would you even be a finalist if you were playing today? I'm not so sure, but that's an argument for another time. Let's get to the fun stuff.
Good weekend.
Good weekend. Good weekend. Good weekend.
Good weekend, Cristiano Ronaldo. After leading Real Madrid to a 3-0 victory against Espanyol over the weekend, the Portuguese superstar flew to Switzerland to take home his second trophy of the individual award season, the Ballon d'Or. His first, as you know, was the prestigious Kiki as Kick TV's Best Player of the Year. With this win as the world's best player, CR7 becomes the 5th player to win 3 Ballon d'Ors and the 7th to win 2 straight. Also, in case you're having a hard time thinking he deserved it, here are the 2 most jaw-dropping stats of many jaw-dropping stats he produced in 2014. Number 1, Ronaldo scored 2+ goals more often than he was held scoreless. Mind-blowing. And second, he averaged a goal every 55 minutes, which is more than any other player to have started a game in Europe's top 5 this season. One word for you: increíble. Bad weekend. Atletico Madrid. Now, I have a ton of respect for manager Diego Simeone, especially with his sensible and honest assessment about his team's performances after each game. He doesn't pull any punches. But I was hoping his squad would evolve from the physicality that they resort to try and compete with a team like Barcelona. Last season, when they were fighting and scrapping for respect, which was definitely earned, it was a hallmark of their style, and it seemed cool, mainly because I think we were all happy to see someone besides Barca or Real Madrid win the league. But this season, I guess I just expected more from them, a more mature team. But they seem to be more focused on breaking up Barcelona's rhythm than really playing this weekend, and that isn't as cool anymore. And they got what they deserved: a 3-1 spanking by Barcelona. What? I don't think you're winning the league this year. Barca or Real Madrid only. What? I haven't done a what in a while. Good weekend, Alexis Sanchez. The best signing that Arsene Wenger has made in I don't know how many years, scored 2 more goals in Arsenal's 3-0 win over Stoke, and he has adapted so well to the Premier League, it's a shame he didn't make a move sooner instead of accepting his fate as a part-time player for Barcelona. His work rate, his movement with and without the ball, his attitude and confidence, his willingness to run at defenders, and his ability to make the people around him better epitomizes what every coach wants in a player. So hashtag respect. Bad weekend, Felipe Anderson. Because he got upstaged by the great 2-goal performance by the great Francesco Totti, and Roma's come-from-behind 2-2 draw against their hated rivals Lazio in the Rome derby. After Lazio's Brazilian superstar in the making had a terrific goal and an even better assist in the first half to give the Bianco-Celesti a comfortable 2-0 lead at halftime, that was all we would hear from him, because then it became the Totti show, as the Roma legend scored 2 goals on crosses to the back post, which led to this infamous selfie to steal the headlines. What a legend. Good weekend, Southampton, who
went to Old Trafford, the so-called fortress, and won 1-0.
A place you haven't notched a victory in 27 years, and now you're 3rd in the table, and you actually look like a great bet to get a Champions League berth. So it's too bad Ronald Koeman isn't managing your team, United fans? Because he seems to play a formation that suits his players, as opposed to forcing the players to fit into a system. Just my 2 cents. Bad weekend.
Paris Saint-Germain. After going up 2-0 after 20 minutes, PSG looked set to retake the top of Ligue 1.
And Zlatan and David Luiz and the rest of PSG were like, yeah, we got this, c'était facile. I am Zlatan, I am David Luiz. But then, the unstoppable, unrelenting force that his boss just scored 4 unanswered goals and went on to win 4-2. The loss is PSG's 2nd in 3 matches and drops Laurent Blanc's men down to 4th place. So you have to wonder how PSG would have done if Cavani and Lavezzi were in the squad. I mean, did Laurent Blanc just lose the league title by trying to assert his power as manager? Or is this all irrelevant because as soon as Zlatan remembers that he's Zlatan and he starts doing Zlatan-y things again, then PSG is going to have an undefeated rest of the season. Good weekend, Darwin Quintero. The speedy and tiny 5'5" to be exact, 27-year-old Colombian international who reminds me a lot of Jermaine Defoe, made his debut for reigning Liga MX champions Club America in the opening game of the 2015 Clausura season in front of 100,000 fans at Estadio Azteca in Mexico City, and he scored the game winner to give America the 3-2 win over León, which must have been an incredible feeling. I wonder what that's like. Never mind. I do know what that's like. What? I haven't shown the best goal that you've ever seen this whole year. You know you missed it. 99 heading on FIFA because of it. Bad weekend. Newcastle. Because we were like Newcastle-lona in the first 30 minutes against Chelsea at the Bridge. We were playing them off the pitch. And then Chelsea's 13-year-old superstar Oscar scored right before half. And then we were shit the rest of the game and we lost 2-0. And then as a bigger kick to the balls, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Former manager Alan Pardew won his first game for Crystal Palace over Tottenham. So woo, way to go, Alan Pardew. Asshole. Good weekend. Lyon and Alexander Lacazette. Now, I put Lyon on my must-win list on Friday, and they, unlike almost everyone else in league, I'm talking to you, PSG, Marseille, Monaco, and Bordeaux. Lyon got it done this weekend and won 3-0 over Toulouse. Alexander Lacazette scored his 4th brace in 4 straight matches, giving him 19 goals in 20 games, which is mind-blowing. And Lyon, who have really been the best team in France this season, moved into first place. Also, can any of you guys please raise your hand if you have Lyon sitting on top of the table on January 12th? Anybody? Bad weekend. Napoli. I also put Napoli on my must-win list on Friday, if only so they could take points off of Juventus so Juve wouldn't run away with the Scudetto yet again. And they gave up an incredible first-time volley to Sir Alex Ferguson's biggest mistake, Paul Pogba. Then they gave up an offside goal that didn't get called offside. Then they got one back. Then they scored another one, which the referees wrongly called back. And then Arturo Vidal scored an incredible hit in the top corner with his weak foot late in the game to seal the points. A 3-1 win for the referees. Juventus. Juventus. They earned it. They played fair. Good weekend, Leicester.
Good weekend, Leicester. After beating Aston Villa 1-0 at King Power, they're now unbeaten in 2015.
That is what I call positive thinking. I like where your head is at, especially since you made a nice little home for yourselves at the bottom of the table. And even though you're only 3 points away from getting out of the relegation zone, I don't actually see a Sunderland-esque turnaround in your future. So enjoy these moments, Leicester fans. This is probably the best it's going to get this season. God, that feels harsh to end a good weekend. How about Leicester to win the league? Oh, I can't wait to see you guys play Real Madrid in the Champions League next year. It's going to be great. And that feels like I'm a hole too. Everybody knows that's not going to happen. Mid-table! Leicester to get mid-table! Good weekend. Common sense. Not only did the Bluebirds of Cardiff beat Fulham 1-0 this weekend, but they did it in their trademark blue kits in front of their home fans for the first time in more than 2 years. Now, you might remember a gentleman named Vincent Tan who wears his pants really high and bought the team back in 2010, and he announced he was changing the team's colors from blue to red 2 years later, much to everyone's dismay. They're called the Bluebirds for a reason. But last Friday, thanks to a nudge from his mom, and let's be honest, who doesn't like a nudge from someone's mom, Tan announced that the team would revert back to their blue colors, which they wore on Saturday in front of a high-spirited crowd on a historic day. So, common sense won, the rest of us 0. Good weekend! The Australian Socceroos.
The Aussies kicked off their Asian Cup campaign with a flying 4-1 win over Kuwait in Melbourne. Despite the Aussies going 1-0 down in the 8th minute from a scrappy corner kick, Aussie hero Tim Cahill levelled the scores in the 33rd minute before Massimo Luogo, Captain Mile Jedinak and James Teresi all got their names on the score sheet.
So, good eye, mates! We still have to take on Oman and South Korea in Group A, but if they keep playing like this, I think the Socceroos are a good shot to win its first ever Asian Cup. That's not a knife. This is a knife. That's not a mum. This is a mum. So what do you think of my Warm Ballers and I selections? Did we miss anyone? Of course we didn't. We never do, and I always tell you that because we're awesome. You know it, I know it, they know it. All right, that's it. That's all I got. Word up, peace out, holla.